So have you ever wondered, what could the Metroids be absorbing out of their victims? It's never been officially stated in-game, however, many people tend to believe that the Metroids absorb something metaphysical, something closely related to life. Stuff like the soul, spirit energy, mana, bioessence, the will to live, the emotions, a variety of different things closely related to life because it's kind of made the most sense. The Chosers were spiritually advanced, and since they made the Metroids, that kind of made the most sense for the most part. However, with a little bit of research and a lot of thinking, I think I came up with a better answer. What could the Metroids be absorbing out of the victims? Well, let's cue up that intro because I guarantee you it's gonna be shocking. In order to figure out exactly what the Metroids could be absorbing out of their victims, we first gotta cross out a couple possibilities just to make the search a little bit more easier. For starters, we can easily cross out the fact that the Metroids do not absorb anything organic. No fluids, no blood, no organs, no tissues, no cells, no plasma, nothing along those lines. You see, in the Metroid Prime games, there's a data log entry. Basically, there's a space pirate out there who thought it was a good idea to keep a Metroid as a pet, cause you know, why not? However, like most Metroid related incidents, the Metroid attacked its handler and the handler died. When the other space pirates checked on its body, they noticed that all the organs and fluids were all still intact. Something got absorbed out of the victim, but it's not none of those things. This is also supported by the fact that in Metroid Prime Federation Force, we see that the Metroids are affecting the Federation Force mech suits. And as far as I can tell, there's nothing organic inside the mech suits. I wonder how many people are going to get angry that I mentioned Federation Force. It's not a good game, but I liked it. Another thing we can rule out is that the Metroids cannot be absorbing anything related to life. No soul, no bioenergy, no mana force, no will to live, no emotions for the drive of life, nothing along those lines. I know the general community kind of believes this a lot, but it's just not true. As stated before in Metroid Prime Federation Force, we see that the mech suits are being infected by Metroids, and as far as I can tell, the Galactic Federation doesn't know how to use your soul or bioenergy or mana to power up mech suits. So that whole idea that the Metroids absorb something metaphysical just doesn't make sense. And I know people don't like Metroid Prime Federation Force, but it kind of shows solid proof that the Metroids can't absorb anything related to life along those lines. So yeah, well then what did the Metroids absorb out of their victims then, you're probably saying? If it's not organs or tissues or blood, if it's not soul, mana, or bioforce, then what on earth could it be? Because you just basically ruled out everything but one strong contender. The Metroids are absorbing electricity out of their victims, and this for the most part makes the most sense. As stated before, again, the Federation Force mech suits are being affected by these Metroids, and for the most part, these robotic mech suits are being powered by a form of electricity. So that's already strong evidence that the Metroids absorb electricity. But there's also proof that the Metroids are absorbing electricity out of their organic victims like Ridley's, Samus, and other unknown creatures. Mostly because you gotta look at where the Metroids attack their victims. They always attack the head, and what does the head have? A brain. See, the brain is a very complex organ inside the body. Essentially, it sends electrical impulses throughout the body for you to be able to live. These electrical impulses help dictate how fast your heart should beat, how much your muscles should contract and retract, and even dictate how to manage senses you feel with your fingers. The brain sends a lot of electricity throughout your body to help you sense things, move things, feel things. It's just a lot of electricity is in your brain. So it makes the most sense that the Metroids always attack the brain or the head because that's where the main form of electricity is being sent to or sent by. That would explain why the Metroids' victims are always left in a weird, dried up husk-like state. All that electrical current going through their body from like their feet all the way up to their head is slowly electrocuting them as they're dying. So all that electricity is more than likely evaporating all the fluids and liquids they have within their cells and their bodies, thus making them look all dried and mummified like. Also, within all the Metroid games, the Metroids are surprisingly closely related to electricity. Whether we have infant talent Metroids or Miniroids being described as literal batteries, maybe the fact that the Gamma and Zeta Metroids all shoot electricity as they grow legs, or maybe it's the fact that the Metroids always attack the brain, the main source of electricity within the body. It all just kind of makes sense. And to top it all off, it just makes sense when you consider the fact that the Metroid's main purpose of absorbing electricity from the brain wipes off memory. And if you don't know how important that is, the X-Parasites uses memories and knowledge from its victims as a weapon against its enemies. And the Chozos were specifically aware of this exact knowledge. If the X-Parasites were to get too much knowledge, they can easily use that to their own advantage and slowly take over the entire galaxy. So if the Metroids' main purpose is to take care of X-Parasites, then their ability to wipe out memory by absorbing electricity just makes the most sense. And this is what I mean. The memory inside the brain is a pretty weird thing. Essentially, it's just a bunch of neurons going through a specific pattern in your brain, replicating memory. If you wanted to remember how to tie your shoe, for example, your neurons would probably go up, down, left, right, and that would represent the memory of how to tie your shoe. Every time you want to remember how to tie your shoe, your neurons would do the exact same electrical impulses in that same exact pattern for you to remember exactly how to tie your shoe. That's how memory works. So if the Metroids would absorb electricity, that means all the electrical impulses that replicated memory will no longer exist because it's all being sucked out of the brain into the Metroid system. So if an X-Parasite were to come across, let's say, a body and try to infect it to gain all of its memories and knowledge, it wouldn't be able to do so since it's all been wiped out. And if an X-Parasite already infected a person with memories and all that, the Metroids would easily be able to attack the body and thus remove all the memories by absorbing all the electricity. And it all just makes sense because the Chozos were extremely afraid of the X-Parasites gaining too much knowledge. So the Metroids were easily able to counteract the X-Parasites by removing the knowledge from their systems and their bodies and all that. Then again, this is all just a theory. If you like this theory, feel free to share it among all your friends. If you have your own opinions about this theory, feel free to put it in the comment section. If you have your own opinion, any evidence to help support or debunk this, feel free to do so because I love reading your guys' comments. And normally I would try to tell you to subscribe and like and watch another video, but I have another announcement to say. If you like Metroid content, if you have your own Metroid opinions, if you have your own Metroid ideas, feel free to join the Metroid Amino community. It's a pretty nice place to go if you like Metroid stuff. You can share your artwork or share your theories with the community and have input on how they work. You can read other people's opinions and ideas over their topics. It's a pretty cool place to be. Keep in mind, this isn't a paid advertisement of any sort or no sponsorships. I just like this Metroid Amino community. It's a nice place to be if you like the Metroid community, and it's just, I want to see this place grow. And if you guys want to join in, feel free to do so. It's a nice place. That being said, I'm the Metroid Trainer. If you love this video, I'll be seeing you next time, and I hope I'll see you in the community soon.